In this video, we are going to learn how to add color with chalk to your poppy contour line drawing. Our learning goals for today are I can create art that reflects community traditions. So your poppy is a symbol. It's something that we as a community celebrate and show remembrance during Veterans Day. So that is a community tradition. And I can show care for materials. We are going to be using chalk to add color. Now, chalk is a material that you need extra care for. You need to be very careful when using chalk so it doesn't get in the air and you breathe it in. That's not good to breathe in. And you also need to take care of the material so it doesn't get messy everywhere. So that's a very important goal for today, is showing care for materials so that you can be successful in your artwork while also being safe and clean. So let's get started. You're going to need your poppy drawing that you drew and added glue to yesterday. So I have my chalk here. You'll need your chalk and like a paper towel or something to clean your hands with. And poppies are traditionally red when you are using them as a symbol for Veterans Day. So I am starting with red. I also have my yellow because I want to show some variety in my color and give it a realistic look. So I'm going to add some other colors in here and I'm going to blend them together. So I'm coloring it in, I'm adding some pink and some yellow to give it a little bit of a realistic look. And I'm also going to use some white to add highlighted areas, and might use also some black to make some shadowy areas. So you can either use your finger or a paper towel, and I am using a paper towel to blend these colors together. So blending, I'm going to still try to get some of that yellow on the edge and a little bit of the white on the edge. So I am just blending that. Being careful because I am going to get my finger dirty. So you might want to have like a wet towel or something nearby so you can clean your hand off. And I'm adding a little bit more of a highlight. So I'm going to make this area just a little bit lighter so it really shows up. And then what I'm going to do to the petal right next to it is, if that petal that I just made is lighter, I am going to add some darker colors close to it. So I'm going to add a little bit of pink, but then I'm going to get some black right next to that light petal to make a little shadow area beneath that petal. So it will give the illusion that that petal is in front of the darker one. So I'm getting my paper towel and I'm blending it together. So you want to have light areas next to dark areas to make them stand out and to give them the illusion of being in front or behind one another. So you want some petals to look like they're in front by making them lighter, and some petals to look like they're behind by adding a little bit of a darker area close to the other petal. So I am just shaking off the extra chalk dust. Be careful when you do that so it doesn't get all in the air. And now I'm ready for another petal. You don't have to fill in an area completely. You can use the paper towel or your finger to blend it into some empty spaces. The paper towel is going to kind of dull your color. So using your finger, your color stays a little bit brighter. So you can choose which one you want to use. And here's what I have now. So you can see I have some lighter areas around the one petal and inside of the middle, and I have trying to make some darker shadow areas that are behind. So when you are coloring and blending, you do need to use more than one color. I should not see your poppy being 100% red. You need to have some pinks or some yellows or some oranges. You need to use your black to make a shadow area behind, like if a petal would be behind, there should be a little shadow. You can make highlighted areas in your petal by adding yellow or white to make lighter areas. So you can see there are multiple colors in there. I've used some black to add some shadows. I've used some white or lighter yellow and pinks to make some highlighted areas. And now I'm ready to do my leaf, and I will also color my background. You can see I added a little bit of lighter green to make my leaf have more than one color. And when you are coloring your background, you want to choose colors that are going to make your red stand out. So a nice blue or a green would work well. You do not want to have your flower blend in with the background. You want it to stand out. So if you made your background yellow and red, that would probably not be the best choice because your flower will blend in. If you make it green, you could make the area around your leaf a different color so it doesn't blend in. Green or blue or purple would all be really great colors to choose. So I am coloring in kind of loosely. I'm not making it so that it's completely filled in. There are some areas that I'm going to have to blend and move the chalk with my fingers or my paper towel to blend them in and fill in any empty spaces. So it's okay to not fill it in all the way if you're going to come in later. So I'm going to add a little bit more so I can blend it and make it brighter. You could turn your chalk on the side to color a bigger area faster if you are wanting to. And I am going to just finish coloring the rest of my background using the purples and the blues that I have. So here is my final artwork. I have my poppy colored with reds and pinks and yellows. I have some shadowy areas and some highlighted areas. And my background really makes that red pop. So now you should be ready to start coloring your poppy. Can't wait to see what you make.